Hi everyone, welcome back to Dismas the Pilgrim, the Puzzle Pilgrim. Today we are going to be solving puzzles from Netflix, namely the Starstruck and Sudoku. We'll also be going over to the New York Times for Wordle and Pips, then over to chess.com for their daily puzzles and some general puzzles as well. After that we'll be dipping into a couple of puzzles from the Telegraph. We'll also be discussing tomorrow's giveaway, so stick around for those details. Without further ado, let's get into it. I want to start with the Starstruck, as it's my favourite. Okay, so the rules for Starstruck are we need to place a single star in each row, column, coloured region, and stars cannot touch. Okay, so that one has to be there. In this top row, all that's left is this purple colour, which means it can't be there. We have line formations here. I'm going to do this one first. Hey there, welcome. So we get it all present in this row. It also excludes there, but with it being in that row, it gives us the brown, which then gives us the red. This orange is only in this row, which gives us the blue, grey, yellow, purple. Nice little warm-up. You need to be able to spot your basic shape formations for rows and columns with that one. But if you know those basics, it's quite easy to get it done. So yeah, the streaks did break because I didn't stream yesterday. Wasn't really feeling up to it. Feeling a bit delicate. Yeah, we don't track the wins for easy, as I use it as a warm-up, but we will be tracking the win for the difficult one. Why is it called Roman numerals? I have no idea. Okay, so this is a formation that comes up now and then. To be able to place in this row, this column, and this region, the only place we can do all of that is here. Because if it was placed anywhere else, we'd fail to put it in the region and or the column row. After that, we have these L shapes, which exclude from these squares. So I'll show you with grey. All four of these are touching this one, so it can't be in. And these two are touching, and these two look in. What else have we got? Yeah, we can exclude this one and this one for similar reasons. So all of these are touching, and this one looks at it. And all of these are touching, and this one looks at it. What else have we got? Okay, so in this column over here, it can only be in green, which excludes the rest of green. Let me just get my pen out, because I have started to spot some other shaped formations, which are good to look out for when solving this sort of puzzle. So within this region, brown, blue, and yellow are fully contained. And that's 3 regions across a 3-column span. And because there has to be only 1 star in each column, that means that it can't be in this coloured region. Just having a quick scan to see if there's anything else I can do with that. But this has now formed an L shape, which will exclude from there. This green and the purple line up, which means it can't be there and there, and it also can't be there. It's yellow, blue, brown. Orange are in a line, excluding that one, which is this one. Here, 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 here. Oh! I appear to have gone. Oh, no, it's that. Yeah, no, I appear to have gone wrong. I've left nowhere for green. It should have been in this column somewhere. Okay, so we'll roll that back. I've obviously missed something there. Ah, I know what it is. I went too far down. It should have been there. Yeah, these two lined up. Excluding Pufino. Yeah. That was a misclick that only really cost me. There we go. So I think I'd have shaved 20 seconds off that solve if I'd have not made that misclick in the bottom. So yeah, there is the first victory on the board for today. With that, we'll go to the Sudoku. But just before we start it, the ad break, because Twitch is insisting that I have to run them, is coming up in a couple of minutes. Rather than pausing the puzzle straight away, we'll run the ad and then we'll get straight into the Sudoku for today. So we'll be back very shortly. Welcome back. We're just about to start the Sudoku for today. So the rules for Sudoku are we need to place the numbers 1 through 9 in each row, column, and 3x3 box. As an added constraint on the easy difficulty, I try not to... Oh, hey, thanks for joining. As an added constraint for Sudoku, I always try not to use any notes on the easy. So, let's just start cycling through the numbers. The easy is usually fine for me to just go through number by number, and occasionally I can do it with like rows of columns. Yeah, sometimes it just takes me a bit to get into it to find where things are starting to pair up. Okay, so using this one, and this one we know that the 4s are here, which eliminates from there, this one eliminates from here, and that one eliminates there, giving us this one. These two, say the 4 is here, but this one, so the 4 has to be here, eliminating from there, giving us this one. And if they're eliminating there, then the 4 has to be here. Which gives us paired 4s here, so we can't solve them straight away. These 5, this 5 looks in here, giving us this one. These 2 look down, giving us here. Then we've got some more paired 5s, so we need to fill in more boxes to get there. So this one and this one gives us this 6. This 6 gives us there. Not seeing anything else quick with the 6s. 7. Okay, so these 2 give us that 7. This one and this one, and this one is this 7. These 2 give us that 7. And this one gives us that 7, which solves all of the 7s for us. This 8 gives the one in the centre, which then gives us this one. And this one gives us 8 here. These 2 look up into this box, with this one giving us that 8. These both look across, and then that one goes here, and then we can solve out the last 8. Can't see any 9s, but that is missing a 9. And I can't see any 9s because that they haven't filled any in for us at all. But we're at the point in the puzzle where some of it can just be done freehand. What else is missing from this box? We are missing the 4. And this one and this one give us that 4, which solves them out for us. Okay, now using this one and this one, we can solve this 5. Cross for there, and then a final 5 is here. 6 is, can we solve them now? Okay, so using this one and this one, we get a 6 here. And these 2 give us that 6. This 6 and this 6 gives the one up here, which when paired with that one gives us this final 6. So if there's any more for the 9s, it does. So using this 9 and this 9 to get here, which then looks across here, gives us this one. These 2 look down, giving us here. It looks across, giving us there. Which when used with this one, gives this 9 here, and then solves our last 9. From here we can just fill out our remaining missing numbers. And puzzle is solved. So that was a nice warm-up for our Sudoku for today. We'll go back through with the medium. This is why I ended up doing it weird on Tuesday, because they seem to have switched around the buttons, which is really nice. I had a bit of a break from it for a few years, but there's a guy I've started following his reels on Facebook called Ranks. He does a lot of the really difficult 6x6 Sudokus, where like most of the numbers are removed and you literally just got like strange logic lending towards a solution. I don't feel smart enough to do any of them yet. I'll keep watching his channel, see if it inspires me to start. It's a series called Sudoku Adventure, and he's made all the puzzles like freely available for everyone, so I might dip into it at some point. With the medium difficulties, this is where I will start using notes again. But I like to quickly cycle through, see if... Oh no, I'm not rushing, don't worry. Like the closest to rushing through is I like to see what sort of times I can get occasionally. Okay, so before I start using the notes, this one looks up here. It tells us that the one has to be in this column. And when we look down using that knowledge and this one, we get that. Not seeing anything quick with the 2s. So as much as I can jump straight into using notes, I prefer going through and seeing what gimmies we get, where we get some nice easy solves before having to settle on using notes. I'm not seeing many gimmies, which is interesting for the medium. Usually there's a few more. I can usually gauge off of the easy how hard the daily Sudoku, like the rest of the Sudokus, are going to be, but like this one seems to have been a bit of a jump. So this row is just missing a 9. This one is missing the 6. Yeah, okay. Probably should have spotted that earlier. But that does actually start giving us something towards gimmies. Just going to cycle back to see if that helps us with anything. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're getting much with the gimmies. So hopefully there's going to be quite a few pairs that I can pick out once I start filling in notes. Pairs I'll explain properly as we start getting to them. Yeah, it really doesn't look like I'm getting much in the way of gimmies. Okay, so using this 9, you know that 9 has to be here. Looks into this box, and then when we use this one, that gives us this 9. These two look across, giving us here. These two look in with this one, giving us here. This one looks in here, giving us these two. Looks down, and when coupled with these two, gives us this 9. I'll do one more quick cycle now that we actually got a few numbers out of that, but I'm not expecting anything. Yeah, you don't have to click the numbers, but I do just because it helps me see where things are. Okay, so we do get a 5 now from those gimmies. Looks like it's just going to be that 1, 2. Which is okay, because yeah, from here we'll start getting into the notes. Top left. So by notes, I mean like we can pencil in numbers like this. Ready? 7's cut across into here. 8's and 9's here. So there's no paired numbers that I can see in that one. We can explain how that logic works, but I'm sure it'll come up. I'll get to it eventually. So 4's here, 5's here, 6's go here, we already have 7's, and 9's go here. Okay, so with this box I can actually explain paired numbers. So we do actually have two pairs present in this. There's two ways of looking at it to get here. I'll explain both ways. So across here, the 5 and 6, they are the only numbers that appear in those two boxes. So even though the 6 could possibly go there, if you put it there, we'll end up not having a number that can fit in one of these two boxes, which will cause the puzzle to fail. Which means we can eliminate the numbers 5 and 6 from any other box within this 3x3. The other way of looking at it is that the 4 and the 9 can only appear in this box, which means we can eliminate any other numbers that are there. Because there's still no other places that the 4 or 9 could be. So no matter what we remove, that's 6. Tells us that there's a 6 across here, which gives us that 6 there. And then we'll go into doing the notes for this book properly. So yeah, like little things like that is how we get to the final logic points for just having low numbers to be able to solve out properly. This one hasn't left me with any obvious pairs. That's fine. So we'll come down here. So that one, that, 2. Nothing excluding any of the 3s in this box. Not much excluding the 4s. 5, 6, 7 already. And nothing excluding 8s. So yeah, that's another fairly busy box, which we can't really do anything with at the moment. Okay, so with the 1s in this central box, we go there. 2s. Okay, so we already have a matched pair with the 1s and 2s in this box, which means nothing else can go in these cells, which is probably going to be quite useful. Yeah, because that gives us the 3 straight away. We got the 4 and 5 and 6. 7 is going to have to go there, which gives us the 8. So this is how powerful matched pairs can be. So we go over here. 1. Nothing as handy with 2s because they only look down with that formation. 3s do only go across the centre, and because of that, we can remove the 3 from there, which actually gives us this 3. Let's finish this box off. Five, 6. Oh, we are left with the 7. Can only go there. And then we've got 8s across the centre here. Because they're across the centre, it removes the 8 from there. That gives us a 4-8 pair, which tells us that the 1 is here. We're also left with a naked 2 here. We don't have anything paired here. And this 4-8 pair isn't going to help us right now. Let's move on to this box here. So the 2's going to go there. 3s. We actually have the 3 solved, which gives us this 2. Nothing restricting the 4s, but we are only down to 2 boxes, so there is a chance. No, we just have the 4-7 pair. Unfortunately, this 4-7 pair doesn't match up with anything along the columns. So we already have 1, 2, 3, 4s. Again, nothing really restricting it. Ah, yes, we do have one restriction, thanks to them only being present in this column in this box. So, 5s, yeah, not much restriction. 6s. 7 has to be just along that column, and the 8s can go here, which gives us a naked 7, which gives us this 4 and this 7. I know I've got a couple of naked numbers up here now, thanks to that. So I've got the 8, it's 4. That will actually allow us to finish this box, which gets us some of the numbers in this one. And it's cut into this one as well. I'll go here. Nope, that's going to be a 3. Occasionally my fingers will slip and I will press the wrong button, but that just adds to the drama. Okay, so we can just solve the 2 in this box. The 3s, 4s, the 4 goes there. Paired 5s here, 6, 7. 7 has to go here. There's this 5. And the last thing we need in this box is 8. And now everything will just solve down quite comfortably. Okay. So let me just mark that victory. Thank you. And let's... oh, I forgot to switch the counter over. And I did that just in time to switch over to the hard one. Again, I'll start by looking for gimmies, and we get this 1 straight away. Looking for the gimmies, I find makes the puzzle easier, because the moment you actually have any, like there's more space in the puzzle filled out, which gives you a lot more restrictions than trying to do it all just off of the notes. Okay, so using these 4s we get there. Using these 2 we get that one. Using all of these we get this one. These last 2 are going to be paired, so we can't do that one now. Constant lines with the 6 and 7. Yeah, we have to use all of the 7s we've got. This one, but it goes there. We can, yeah, using these 2 8s, we get this one. This 9 looks up, giving it in this column, which means the 9 has to go there. This one, which still doesn't give us any additional 9s. That's fine. So from here, we'll move on to the notes. I'm going to start in the top left box like last time. And we go here, here, and here. We get 3s, same spot. We have 4, 5s there. 6, unfortunately, goes in quite a few places there. 7 actually matches our 1 and our 3. So that, I think, gives us a 1, 3, 7 triple. Yes, it does. So triples work the same way as pairs, it's just that there's three numbers in 3 boxes instead of 2. Okay, so if those 2 are part of a triple, the only place that the 8 can go is here. And with the 9, we are left going here, here. The 5s are left only going here, but that's not enough for us to make a double with the 6s, because the 6 can go elsewhere. Okay, so we'll just keep moving along the puzzle like this. Try to get sorted, and that'll give us these here. One thing I'm noticing with that straight away is this 3, and the knowledge that it's only in there, in this column. It's just a 3 here. I'll go straight back to the box though, so I don't lose track of where I'm up to with my notes. 6, 7, 8 has to be in column, and 9 also just has to be in column. That gives us a -5, which forces the 5 there. Using this one, forces the 5 there, and this 5 and this 5 gives us this one, and then we can solve all the 5s here. We're only missing one number in this box, which is the 6, which gives us 6 down here, and then we're only missing the 2 here. Okay, so yeah, we'll keep going box by box. Actually, no, I'll try and do this one if I can now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 6s. And 7s. So, no, I couldn't do that one. But the 7s do tell me that that is a 7. And I think the 6s give me this one. Yeah. Oh. Okay. So at the top here, don't be filling it in wrong. The 1's there. 2's come across. 3. 4 can only go in these 2. We already have 5. 6's. So this cluster here. 7's are only here. We seem to have quite a bit of room for the 8s, unfortunately. And then with the 9s, yeah, again, not a lot of restriction. So we end up with quite a messy box there. Where I can't quickly spot any pairs, but hopefully that'll change later. Okay, so with this box here, 1s, 2s can go in any, and the 3s. Okay, so there we do get paired 1 3s and a naked 2. We'll carry on cycling around, right, top to bottom. Gives us these 2. This cluster, 4, 5. Unfortunately, not enough restriction on the 6s. We have 7, 8s in the corners, and unfortunately the 9 removes the naked. 5 removes, I mean, let's stop the naked. And then our last box over here, we get this bottom cluster for the 2s. 3s, we got the top right cluster. 4s are only along here with the 2s. No, got an extra 2 there, so that is not a pair. 5, 6 with the 1 in this corner, got 7 already, 8s go in all of the remaining corners, and the 9s unfortunately join. Okay, but that does give us a -2. helps us solve out all the remaining. 189 triple there. 346 triple. Yeah, it's all too far spread in pairs at the moment. So now I need to start scanning through and figuring out what the breaking point is for pairs and the like. So to start with, I'm just going to click through number by number, seeing if there's any shapes that I haven't spotted that will like lend to getting the solved. Sometimes it is a matter of I haven't spotted that things are in a line like this. That doesn't help in this case. But occasionally, I will be so concentrated on filling it out that I don't spot that sort of thing. Like I didn't with the 8s. So the 8s can only be here, and I'm not sure why that is. Because I have the 173. 137 triple there, so the 8s can only appear here, which removes this 8. Doesn't do much at the moment, but like things like this like tend to add up. Like the more of them you spot, the easier the solve ends up being. So the other way of looking is we can start looking to try and solve problems where I may have missed something. So we'll go from the top. But this row, there's nothing interesting about the ones to be able to solve them out. Maybe have 2, 3. Oh, 4 and 5. 6, 6. Yeah, no, I am having some trouble getting into this one. It's okay, it happens. I'm not afraid to mark up a loss, as you can see on the counter. Okay, so what I think I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to have to do look aheads. But we are coming up to an ad break. So I'll pause the puzzle for those of you that have to watch the ads so that you don't miss any of it. And we'll run the ads and we'll be straight back after that. welcome back. We're just in the middle of the difficult Sudoku for today, hosted on Netflix. I've hit my stall point, so at this point I'm looking at doing look-aheads. So a look-ahead, for those of you who haven't joined us on the channel before, is where we look for a cell that I think is going to be important to solve, and we pick a number for it and attempt to solve following that path to see if it solves or breaks. I have a little drawing tool that I'll be using to confuse myself with, because occasionally I will start drawing and because I'm not eliminating actual notes, I lose myself in the puzzle. So I want to start with, what if this was 7? Which would give us this 6, turn this into 3. It being a 7, this would be a 1-3 pair, also this to be the 7. That being a 1-3 pair, this couldn't be a 1, it's this 8. That one is so 9. That's definitely not the 9. Did that one. The 9 there, so that's the 1. See? Already. So that's 6-3. Can't be the 3. So that's the 6. That's the 9. There's 8 and 6. That leaves us with a 1-3 pair here. I'm not done because there's still more that this affects. That gives us 9. 3 gives us this 4. 3, 4 gives us this 6. The 9-6 gives us this 8. And gives us this 3. 1, this 3. Yeah, I'm feeling like this might actually give us the solve. I don't like when I solve it with look-aheads. Like, it feels a little bit like cheating, but sometimes it's the only way I can break into the puzzle. Okay, so I said this was a 1-3 pair. Now I've got a 1 there. That is the 3. It's 1. These 2 8s. That 8 would have to go there, which breaks because we already have an 8 here. And we started with the logic that that should be 7-6, and it eventually broke the puzzle. So, from here, we'll start solving as if 6-7 is correct, and it didn't tell me off for it, so well, unfortunately the 1-6 isn't as impactful as it was the other way round. So now I have to start looking for other places where I can try to break into the puzzle. Yeah, that quad's all in place. That triples. Yeah, that splits there as well. So it looks like we're going to have to do the same again by picking another cell. Again, we've got another pair here, which is important. I can't remember which way around I think it was the 3 here, wasn't it? So we'll try 1, 3. If that's a 3, that gives us 4, 6 here. Yeah, it doesn't do much for this sub, but it does give us stuff in this one. But this is looking promising. Doesn't mean it's actually going to solve. Eight's looking across, that gives us this 8. Gives us this 8. And 9. So yeah, there is a chance that we solve this entirely just with look-aheads. Where are we left? The 6 here. There. This is 6 here. Like, because I've got to leave the notes in just in case the look ahead is wrong, it can get a little confusing. Okay, so from the looks at the only place left in 9 can go is here. And that leaves us with a 4-3 pair. 3 looks down, forcing that to be 4. It's 3. Already got the 1 and the 8, that gives us this 9. For the 8, 9, that's the 4, and that's the 7. Okay, so it looks like that did solve. So we start working through. I'm just gonna go over the notes I've done and wait for this to break, because I've done something wrong with reading over the notes. It'd help if I hit the right buttons. So I'm trying to do it quickly. Yeah, okay, so we solved it with a look ahead, which it feels a little cheaty to me every time I do it, but it's still a win. So, although we are done with the standard rotation for the Netflix puzzles, don't forget that there is commands now. I say don't forget, I should tell you that there are commands now, or redemption things. I'm still new. I'm still figuring it all out. But you can redeem channel points to make me do additional puzzles on Netflix and also on the New York Times when we get there. The New York Times is our next stop. You're also able to redeem points to tell me what to start the Wordle with. To give people time to do that, I'm going to start with tips. So Pips, for anyone who hasn't seen it before, is a puzzle all about placing dominoes in a grid. Because dominoes have 2 sides to them, we know that the geometry of how they have to be laid out is like, because we only have, oh no, we have 2 doubles, I nearly missed that, but we also only have 1 way to make a total of 1. That's what these symbols mean. If the symbol is connected to more than 1 cell, then the entirety of that cell, of that region, must be equal in total value to that number. So we have to find a way of making a total of 1 across these 3. This symbol here means that all of the dominoes values within it must be equal, and then this one here means that whatever value is in here must be less than 4. So 3, 2, 1, 0. We only have 1 way that we can make 1 with the values that we have. This, we only have 1 double that can fit there. And the only way we can fit both 2s in there whilst this is less than 4 is to put 3 in, that in, and there we go. There is the easy of pips done for today. Okay, so now we need to try and figure out the geometry for this. We have enough 5s. Like we have a double 5, so that 10 can be across there. We have a 5-4. We have ace. We have a couple of 6s and a couple of 4s. So there's a few ways that 10 can be made. Do we have any? Yeah, we've got one that adds 5, which could go across there. So I can't exclude that. Right. I've got 3 doubles. Interesting. Okay, so I only have 1 3. Okay, and the 3 here is next to something that says greater than 4. The only 3 we have is connected to a 2. Which means the domino can't point up. So let's do that. We get this. And that's the only thing we know for sure. Okay, so we only have a single 2 after that. Which means we can either put the domino like this, or like this. It can't be that way because we only have 1 more 6. So it's going to have to be there. Helps us a little bit more. We need to put a double there. And because we need 3 that are all the same value in here, it can't be the 1. Because we have no more of them left. So put that in there. We have a 0-4. We have a double 5. Because if we put the 0-4 that way, then the only way a domino can fit is by moving it across. Yeah. Okay, and now the only way that we can make a total 5 here is with 4 and 1. And yeah, okay, so I was about to do that the wrong way. So we need to start with the 1 there, because it's the only 1 remaining, which means it can't be part of the double, and it also is greater. It is also a lot less than 4. So from there, to get the rest of the 5, we do this, and then that there to finish. So that there's another marker on the pips. And with that, we'll move on to the difficult one. I have had a few misses with the hard on this. So now we need to try and figure out the rest of our geometry. Right. So one thing I am noticing is we have a few doubles. So that would be a total of 4 doubles needed. How many doubles do we actually have? 1, 2. Okay, so that actually tells us that we can't have the dominoes laid in this geometry. Because we know that, we go around and draw the way that the dominoes will be laid out, because that gives us a good framework. Okay. So although we know that this is going to be a double, I still have, at this moment, no way of knowing whether or not it's going to be the double 4 or the double 3. Let's see, how many have we got where both sides are greater than 3? Both lower, only one higher, equal or lower, only one, equal, only one, both lower, both higher. So yeah, we need to put the double 4 there. We have a few random dominoes that have a side greater than 3 to be able to fit here. For this one, we have quite a few that already exclude themselves because of making 3. Same with the less than 3. Okay, so let's use pen tool down here just to see what we can use in this space. So for one side greater than 3 and another side using something that can add to 3, we have this one, this one, this one. Okay, this seems like it was an exercise of futility, as that is most of them. Okay, but if we flip it and do less than 3, that can be used to add to 3. Then we'll get a very different picture. Less than 3 with a side that can add to 3. We get this dice, this dice, this one, and this one. I don't know why I kept saying dice. Okay. So we have to chain together something that will go into 3s here, which is making me believe that either the 6 or the 5 is going to go here, and we'll have 1 and 2, and something like that here. So starting with a less than and getting to 3, it's looking like it's going to have to be something paired with a 3. I don't know why that one's highlighted. It's very wrong. Yeah, we can also do it with something that is 3, and then we can put, for example, that there, and then we need a total of 2 here, and again, something that adds up to 3. We need to be careful not to use all of the 3s, because one of them needs to be used here on its own. And that can't be the 3-4, because I don't have any other 4s. It can be the 3-3, because we have plenty of them. But then I think we're out a double. Yeah, okay. So one thing I didn't spot is because we only have 2 doubles, and the only thing that fits this is the double 4, that means the 3-3 has to go there. So yeah, here we need a total 2. There is a couple of ways we can get that. But how many ways can we get there and still have something that adds up to 3 over here? Okay, so at the moment, my thinking is this, and from here we need 2 things that are equal, one of them attached to a 3. So I'm thinking this, and then that's the wrong way around. Rotate. There. That is what I was thinking. And then we have the 6, 3 there. What are we left with? That needs to be equal. Okay, so we have 5s and 2s that can work in here. So if we do the 6, 2, 2, 5, 5, 0, and then we get 4, 3 in here. Right, so one thing I find amusing is like the very first domino I wanted to look at placing ended up being the very last domino. But yeah, that is all of Pip's done in record time. It's looking like this might end up being a fairly short stream if no one's wanting to push for bonus puzzles with their channel points. Okay, so that is all of Pip's. No one has bought the Wordle for today, so I'm going to have to think of something myself. So, I'll go with how often I should be streaming, whether I do or not. So, that's actually been very useful. So, let's see, we could have something like... Not really ladder, is it? Or, ladle? EL? No. Okay. Laden, as in burden. Okay. Oh, I think daily might be my new start word if people aren't gonna suggest one. That one went quite well. Very happy with that. Yeah, we burned through that. Feeling like I might have to do the bonus puzzles anyway, just to start filling out some time. So, we have done the Wordle. After that, we tend to go on to chess puzzles. So this is the daily on chess.com. We are going to start with yesterday's, because I didn't stream yesterday. So when I miss a stream, we are able to backtrack on chess.com and solve the missed puzzles. One thing I do struggle with on the daily is it doesn't give you anything to go off. So I struggle to spot whether or not we're looking to win material, which is just being up on pieces by the end of exchanges, or going for checkmate. I can't always spot it straight away, so we will have to see what happens. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to put the king in check here. And I would be wrong. Fantastic. We can put the king in check here. And then we get a three-way fork. So I was looking for awkward ways of making mate when it was actually about winning the queen. But that is... So it'll make up how long the streak is, because you can go and back build the streak. So for some reason, the little app, like the little sheet that I built for tracking, doesn't always work when I'm trying to press the button, but only for the daily puzzle. I'll have to look into the code, see if I've done something wrong. But yeah, if that one's done, we can move on to what's actually today's one. And this is a messy board. Okay. So, white to move. There's so much going on. Looking to see where I can start putting pieces under threat, but like the trouble is with daily, like, I'm okay at chess, like for a beginner. It's just a lot of the time the daily tends to involve a lot of step, and I struggle to see where things are intended to be going. Because like one thing I'm spotting is if I go straight in here, you can just take, and I've got no real response to it. Trying to break into the position over here, and the knight can just swoop in. Coming up here is just suicide. Any move with that knight is suicide. Well, what piece am I meant to be moving? A knight, okay. Well, not many places the knight can go. This one, is this meant to be about like keeping a closed position? There's barely enough. Wow. Okay, so from there I can take that. Like, that's... I'm not happy. I'm not marking that one down. That was just mucking around to see what happened. Yeah, like I said, I'm not always very good at the daily puzzle. So, like, the general puzzles, I always go for the daily 3, and after that, we'll move on to just carrying through until the streak breaks. At least we would, but we're just about to hit an ad break, actually. So, press that button. We'll go back to it in a second. We'll be back straight after these ads. So yeah, we're just about to go into the general chess puzzles. We go for the daily 3 and then on until streak breaks after that. Okay, black to move, looking for mate. Okay, so it doesn't matter that technically our queen is under threat here, because we can ignore that entirely and just go for mate here. The other bishop is cutting off the king's escape. Okay, black again, looking for mate. I'm not seeing this one. So I now need to threaten the king somehow. There's no point in trying to bring the knight over. I can't see an easy to achieve ladder, mate. Oh, no, it is that simple, yeah. So brilliant moves are when you sacrifice a powerful piece for a massive advantage in the game. So that's why it came up with brilliant straight away. So that is another one. White to move, looking for mate. Okay, so I think the way we do this is we don't advance the whole way, we advance to here, pushing the king out, and then we go here. And thanks to the bishop, watching this escape path, we get the checkmate there. Okay, so there's the daily 3. After this, we'll just keep going until the streak. And black to move, looking for mate. Okay, so this feels like an inverted ladder, mate. Because if we go here, there's no escape. If we move the rook over to here, there's no escape path because king can't go here, guarded by our king. Can't go here, guarded by the pawn. Here is guarded by both the king and the rook. Here, the rook and the pawn. Here, it's guarded by this rook. And once we move over here, this is guarded by the attacking rook. White to move, looking for mate. So the queen being on the right near the back threw me for a second there. I was trying to look for pawn moves, but the queen can always move back in. And the king can just escape to a safe square here. But if we bring the queen in here, the pawn is protecting it, so the king can't go anywhere. White to move, looking for mate. Okay, so this is a bit of a cheeky one. So this bishop here is guarding this square. The queen isn't actually being as ineffective as it looks. Because what it's doing is it's pinning this pawn to the king. So if this pawn tries to move off anywhere, then the king would be putting itself in check, which is an illegal move. So what we do is we bring the rook over here, and because the pawn can't move, take that is checkmate. Black to move, looking for mate. Okay. Right, so it's not as simple as queen just moves here, because if we get that, this pawn can just take us. Right, so that pawn can take, and then if we take with the knight, the king can just take us, and we are not really up anything there. But I can move here and pin the knight to the king. No. Okay, so it's a knight move. Ah, we start with... No? Okay. This one might actually be a loss. We go there. Ah, and then we just move up here. Then here. Yeah, that's... I'm not surprised I lost that one. That one's not getting marked down because that took a lot. Yeah, no, I'll mark that as a fail. But that was just a couple too many steps for me to visualize, unfortunately. Okay, so that is all of our standard rotation done already. So if we go back to Netflix, I'll do some daily puzzles because we've managed to burn through all of these quite quickly. So if I go back to their homepage, we have some bonus puzzles here. I'm only going to do the crossover and the waywards today. And then we might have a look at something on the New York Times. And we've got a couple from the Telegraph to do as well. Tiny amount of wasabi. Okay, so crossover is what if we had a a crossword, mini crossword filled in with all the letters in the wrong place, and occasionally an emoji in place of a handful of letters. What's up, Doc? One thing I have learned is that Bugs Bunny is the reason people think rabbits like carrots. They actually don't. And the reason Bugs has a carrot is something that is kind of been lost to time as a reference, because when he was first written, there was I want to say a prominent political figure, and I can't remember who always smoked a cigar because it was a kids' cartoon. They didn't really want to do that. Only bad guys smoke in cartoons, remember? Metal bands. I'm gonna come back to that. People person for short. Charismatic. Charm? Nope. I'll come back to it. Venue for the Eras tour. That was Taylor Swift, right? Look out below. Is there another way of saying heads up? Email button with a paper plane on it. Paper plane? Is it gonna be sent? Huh. Fictional mockumentary star known for saying very nice. Don't do that. It's a no. Ah, shucks. Drat. People person for sure. No, that's just... Well, okay, so this one I like. A dab of wasabi, but... People person? Really? I suppose People's Magazine and stuff like that. So that's the crossover, and the Waywords is a word search where we have to find words in the theme to create a path, usually from top to bottom. If we find words that aren't in the theme, then it gives us a letter hint for a word that is actually present on the path. So salad days. A tab. Oh wow, I'm not. I have no idea what this is. Salad days. Taco. Okay, if Netflix is telling me that taco is a salad, like, that's it. Like, I'm taking it. You heard it here first. Thank you, Netflix. Tacos are salads now. Yeah, no, I have no idea what's happening. Like, the rest is beyond me. The Caesar salad. Right. Yeah. I don't know why I had such a hard time doing that one. Quite like a good Caesar. Crazy. I have never even heard of that. Tabbouleh. Vivier. I think that's a shit. I mean, I got it, but it wasn't pleasant. Yeah, like that. Yeah, like it happened. Usually I find out a little easier. So if people were active and looking to spend points for bonus puzzles, the ones that are eligible on Netflix day to day are Key Smash, Crossover, Bonza, Combo, and Waywards. But I think we'll skip by the rest of the Netflix ones. From there, I think we'll do a little on the Daily Telegraph. Keep saying Daily Telegraph. Telegraph is a daily publication, but daily is not in the name. I don't know why I keep doing that. So we have Cogs, which again is like a crossword with everything filled out, but we have to rotate blocks to try and find the actual solution. Whilst I'm solving this, I'm going to remind everyone that we have a giveaway tomorrow. So don't forget to join tomorrow's stream for your chance to win Wasteland Bites, which is a Steam code, has been donated by a very kind friend of mine. So at the moment, I'm just clicking around, seeing if we can find anything that resembles a word. Okay, right. Rightful, as in rightful heir. So I'm going to leave that for now. Like, you don't always get like the big 8-letter long words around the outside. So, just to make sure I don't click them away. Okay, so ghosting. Like, we've got lots of 8 letters in today's one. Hey, glad you can join us. Okay, so that gives us slow across here. Don, as in to don something in tone. Lob, as in to throw. Crib. Yeah, I'm gonna lock them in. Dog. Duo. Okay. Hey, Tab. thought you got the doer. Larkspur, that is a bird, I believe. I forgot to check how long that's meant to be. Is it 10 minutes? I mean, that should be fine. I don't think the stream's going to last much longer than that at the moment. We've already been through like most of the Netflix stuff and everything. Yeah, H was pointing out to me that some of our regular viewers, their points are getting pretty abundant, so you should probably have something to spend it on. Right, red-faced. Do-gooder. Yeah, that one wasn't too bad. But I don't mind the cog words. Sorted. Some of this is always trial and error for me because I don't always know like the references. Yeah, I can't remember how long I set that for. Give me a second. It doesn't actually tell me quickly. Viewer rewards, there it is. Clickety click, click, click. 5 minutes. Okay. So let's start the timer now-ish. Yeah, that's fine. An apple shake the tree. That? Yeah, okay. It's a little bit of guesswork towards the end of it. Yeah, like, yeah, it's gradually building. Like, this is episode, what, 14, I want to say? Yes. Apparently I have a file there, but... Ah, no, that's the start of this recording. That makes sense. I've already started writing it. But yeah, like, this is episode 14. And, you know, I've been learning how to do Twitch stuff as we go. Like, were you there for the first couple of episodes where, like, the whole stream looked very bland? Synonyms for conflict missing from film titles. Come on. So, Fight Club, Last Crusade. Yeah, so, like, you know, the big update for it actually having a colour scheme and everything like that happened, like, when you guys got me to affiliate, which I was very grateful for. That's Clash of the Titans. A lovely War 1 something after another. Don't know what that one is. But yeah, after hitting affiliate, like, we had a big revamp on the channel, and I've been slow, like, because technically, through the ads, although it's like 10 cent a stream or something stupid at the moment, where like, I'm gradually building stuff up so that it's getting a little more professional each time. Yeah, well, to be honest, when I first set it up, it was mostly just as something for me to pass the time. I wasn't expecting people to actually latch on and, like, want to spend the time here. So I cleaned everything up, made it look a little nicer for everyone. Yeah. Okay, so I didn't know one battle after another, which is why it took me 2 attempts. I'm glad you guys like it. In chronological order, I have no idea. Mao was a while ago because he's a known dictator. I want to say cool, not a single thing right. Okay. Yeah, no, that just ended up being process of elimination. I didn't know that one. I don't like doing the pangram. Yeah, no, that's where I am. Like, I am looking at I am looking at doing stuff that isn't daily puzzles at some point. Yeah, I've got some like puzzle games that I've found for free on Steam that I might start like doing like additional streams instead of just the daily puzzles, and so you get to watch me play some more actual puzzle games. And now that you guys have joined, I might go back and do some of the bonus puzzles on Netflix and the like. But we do have the ad break coming up in a second, so I'm going to come back out of Plus Word. We'll go back into it in a sec. At the ad break, we'll do the Plus Word, and then I'll bring up some bonus ones on Netflix, and if you're very lucky, maybe the New York Times. Yeah, so don't worry if you can't stay long. I don't think we'll be seeing the start of the next ad break. Mantelpiece ticker. That'll be what? This is a mini crossword, but it also gives us Wordle clues. Or Wordle style clues. So we've got K here. So whatever letters go in here will go down here. It's fine, don't worry. Portion. Prices. Surpass. Right, that one. I know. Like Laura, who? Laura. Don't know. Can't be that much of a classic. I've never heard of it. Close, but no. Cigar. I even have a cigar cutter right here on my desk. I like that place. Like the Addams Family. They're creepy and they're Cookie. So that tells us that there should be a Y here. Right. Something out. Go crazy. Freak out. So we have E here. Okay, a pair, because we do know a little something. We know that there's no G here. And there is a K. 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 And a question mark. Question mark. And a question mark. The ugliest question mark I've ever drawn in my life. Draw question marks, I swear I go. Proportion, so that's the only ratio to the pass, I was expecting that to be outdo. Baraka, nope, I didn't want that going away. It's just over something on my page. No idea what that is. Linger is to carry. Taraka the Otter. Guessing Laura. Outgo. That's outgo. That feels like it should be outdo. Everything else fits. Like, let's check the grid. Okay, so yeah, I did get all of that right. Okay, so now Wordle style, we have stuff to solve. So the G can go here or here. Right, so I didn't fill this in properly, did I? Yeah, so we got KG and some other letter, KG and some other letter, and just K and some other letter that can go here. We don't get any other style of clue. Like, we don't get a theme or anything to figure it out. Not going to be edge. Yeah, I know. Or it even tells me that. I'm just playing with. Kiki. Probably very apt for this channel. Like that being the like the word. Thank you. Yeah, so that's it for the telegram. We'll scoot back over to Netflix. I've already done the crossover and the Waywards, but you guys did join quite late. So don't forget that you guys want to be in the stream as early as possible tomorrow, because tomorrow is the giveaway day. Right, we'll go through the link word puzzle. So starting at east, ending at page. So east, post, guard, dog, go, yeah, down, Asia, down south. Okay, that was fairly painless. Let's go into the key smash. So key smash is filling out the missing letters, or the missing. It gives us a word, they've taken out the vowels. We have to figure out what the word is, and it gives us a clue as well. Too many cookers. Okay, don't like that. Social event where singles can mingle. That's a mixer. Brave, appliance that went to Mars in 1987. Oh, this is Brave Little Toaster, isn't it? Which was a kid's movie. Yeah. Appliance with a basket but no oil. Air. Right. I always forget that they consider Y to be a vowel. Device that brews your morning cuppa. And a type of oven used to reheat leftovers. Microwave. There you go. Does that one deserve the GG tab? Yay! Our last Netflix one is going to be Bonza, which is... Oh. Bonza is what if we took a themed Scrabble board and broke it up into jigsaw pieces. Okay. Playing the odds. Okay, so it's not actually. So it's not about betting, which is what I thought when it said playing the odds. If quirky is right, then yeah. So if it's quirky, it's other words for odd. Right. I think it's very extra. Yeah, I'm trying to move things where I can see them. This one's odd. I am not seeing any of them. Rare? Okay. Quirky, extra, right. I'm surprised I can't see just odd somewhere, but it is in there. I have no idea what to do with this double R over here. Is there a BI? Is there a B at all? Doing odd things and it's not got bizarre. That's annoying. There's not enough stuff for colourful. Oh, well, I'm not sure I like this one. Hmm. I think I'm actually gonna have to use a hint. I'm not seeing anything with this one. Okay. Okay. So, thank you, hint. But I'm not seeing what I'm gonna get after that. Yeah, like, I'm just really struggling to see any of these. Irregular. Okay. And somehow I've still got to strap these together. Oh, that's very tiny. No P on the game. Okay, yeah, it's tough. Like, I haven't set up a thing for no hints yet, and there's a reason for that. That's a bad hint. Oh. Yeah, not a fan of that one. That's it for Netflix. Anything good? Was it really? Okay, so that was on the. We'll do the strands and then we'll call it for today, I think. So just gotta find the words on the theme. In the paint. If we find words that are not in the theme, we build up points towards a hint. no idea. Ah, that's me. Enamel. There we go. Let's see. Fresco. Pastel. Fine. Pastel. And you paint in a medium. What else have we got down here? No, I missed what I thought it was a key there. Oof. Yeah, I was not going to spot that. Acrylic. But I was on to something like water, colour, and then we have whatever this is. Oh, like that was a guess. I don't know how I got that last one. Okay. Thank you. Like I've already done all the pips in the Wordle. Like I'm not feeling connections today. We are coming up to the 2-hour mark. We've done all of the Netflix. We've done all the chests that we'd usually do. We've done all of our normal New York Times, and we've done our couple of Telegraph puzzles. So I think, guys, that's going to be it for the day. Again, don't forget we have the giveaway tomorrow. Follow me on my socials to be able to get announcements about half hour before we are due to go on stream. I will be starting any time between 4:30 and 5:30. I won't know until the day, just because of scheduling and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'll get that bot fully set up, ready for tomorrow. May the odds be ever in your favour. With that, goodbye everyone. Time to roll credit.